I mean, this is definitely interesting. It's definitely special. This is a hard, aggressive comp. Mimi on the Waylay. I think this is probably the first time we're seeing this come out from her, and I'm very excited to see how that goes. Skye, you've seen her kind of fall in and out of meta on Haven a couple of times, but recently never. And you can see there, completely nothing for G2 Gozen, but this is also a new comp for the mates. They've not gone for that Viper composition. They're going full hard, but they've now got the Cypher to help back them up instead of previously they were running the Killjoy.
Yeah, this is, I mean, when we hyped up this matchup as the one to watch, I think the game that we've had so far of the playoffs, this is where we're really starting to push the boundaries. And the fact that we're seeing something innovative from both of these teams, I think is going to set the tempo, set exactly the expectations we're expecting to watch. Yeah. Not just for this map, but for the series and for the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's going to be all about this innovation. Has G2 found a little secret recipe here that's going to work? It is going to be fast. It's going to be aggressive. The Skye really works well into that as well. The Brimstone, Waylay, Neon. It is bursty. Yes, you'll have Amy following up the backline, keeping them safe on the flank, but expect G2 to be punching first most of the time here.
The question's going to be, after that initial burst, where do you go afterwards? That, I think, is going to be the question in our minds. And this time, straight towards B. Talk about burst, straight over the top. Mimi's cleared the whole of B sites. And probably a little bit surprised Gentle Mates have to get into this game, have to deal with the composition. Lovely shot dart goes in. Akita incredibly low as is ever. Spike gets planted. Vanya down the side, almost gets the second. But there is the trade coming on through from Marty. Amy looking in between the camera, just having a little bit of a look here. There's the peek round from Marty. Has to be careful of it. Marty, even though they know that she's coming, still unable to be stopped here. Gate crash comes on through. Ever round the corner is going to get taken down by Nami. Just a little bit faster on the trigger. Wentz has found one, and Akita now has to deny this. Has spotted the first, and there's nothing that she can do to try stop this defuse coming on through. And Gentlemates will take the first round.
Yeah, taking that pistol is so nice, and you can see there a little bit of a mistake from G2. They anchored 3 people over towards the site. You can see them there, that triangle. It's a really nice way to hold the site down itself, but Gentlemates took the map control. They pushed out of A, they took yard. A nice little fist bump from the coaches / finger bump from the coaches.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a little...
I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but sure, their team has synergy, so I'm sure they do as well. That's all good. And now going into this, Gentlemates, Marshall and Outlaw on the defensive side. Marty, though, with a stinger hiding in garage. Gonna hear these footsteps as well.
And absolutely nothing brought on up here for G2. Bare bones to work with. Flash goes on out. That's going to be the early warning sign. Ooh, relay bolt's good. Nami sprinting on forward. Berry X has got another. Vanya finds a trade. Make that 2, actually. The headshots from the Classic. And Amy's in a position to punish. They just cross each other. But Wenz knows Wenz his all. And that's going to be a beautiful way to secure themselves that second.
Yeah, they get it online. They do miss a couple of guns. I think they've got the Marshall instead of the Outlaw, but you know what? Marty's going for the op. Already coming into round 3. Gentlemates want to keep this on their side. They don't want to allow G2 to get that round 3. And I mean, it's a risky buy for sure. The money's going to be a little bit low. You can see Wenz won't be able to buy up the next round if Gentlemates don't win, so there is a bit of risk, but the reward could be so great. G2 now heading over towards A.
Berry X tucked on in. Smoke goes on out. Bit of a heal on up there. Get rid of the early tag damage. Oh, finds the first. Relay bolt to try put some space. And there was a tag there. Information from the recon, but not going to follow it up. Absolutely not worth running into the stack. They've got their opening pick, and that's enough for them right now. Ever. Dog gets destroyed. I don't think it spots, however, Nami in the back lines there. Tokamita finds the first. Has to, again, just fall back. They're not able to find any foothold here. They're just being shut down. And there's the burst on out. Vanya gets one. And there's Nami, the activation that was never spotted. Lovely paranoia. And Wenz gets both.
They didn't even need the operator from Marty. She had such an aggressive line on C that the rotates could go towards A as a group. Wenz only had a sheriff, and she just hits those heads. And really nice opening there from Berry X. Eventually taken down by Vanya. But I mean, Wenz just comes on in and hits. And now G2, look at this low buy. His gentlemates are building up the momentum. Their defensive side is usually really weak, so getting this couple of rounds early is going to be so good to secure them. And G2, they're going for an exec. It's fast, it's lineups. The op is here, and it hits two!
No! Heartbreak! Oh, Wenz as well is in the perfect position to punish for another. Akita's found one, and it is the shortest lived victory imaginable. And that round's just gone. It evaporates into nothingness.
I blinked after Marty hit that collateral, and all of a sudden the round was gone. It was over. I mean, G2, they weren't expecting to win it, right? It was an eco round, but you don't want to be losing two people off the back of one shot like that. Thank you, Mel, for the observing. And Wenz was saturated, was hindered, still gets one, still takes down Vanya somehow.
Goes here.
And now look at this. Akita and Berry X, the aggressive duelists, are neck and neck. So close between these two, and G2, they've now got the buy, but they're heading over towards A. Their aggression hasn't worked so far. Will it work this time around? Or do they choose to leave? Yeah, they're baiting the rotates over. This is so good. But instead, Marty still holding down B.
I also want to highlight Toka's shock dart utility has been amazing. Already chipping on up players. And look at this. It's going to be an all-out brawl in mid. Mimi finds the first. Marty to trade. Amy's got another. The issue is going to be that op can only pick off one target at a time and only isolate one fight at a time. So you've got to be careful not to be overrun. But look at this. Calling on reinforcements. Now the trip in garage hasn't yet been sprung, so they're yet unaware, but an idea as it gets destroyed, they know fast lanes on into side. It's going to be the retake, but I'm loving the choice to have just Amy waiting on foot. Hold up. Wenz takes down Amy, and so much information comes out from the neural theft. Marty's found another one. Akita's trying to find somewhere safe to play. Relay pop goes out. Toka forced on back for a second. The jump on out. Wenz is there to punish. There is no escape. There is no surrender. They're just going to hop straight on the defuse. And look at that.
The body block.
There, the body block for it. And there's just enough space there to get the defuse on through. And gentlemates, it looks like they are playing everything to perfection. It's like they're psychic.
They knew exactly where Amy was, and they shut her out immediately. G2's timeout, it has to come through.
Yep.
There's no chance to do anything. And I mean, look at this. I mean, I cannot believe the body block actually worked after this retake, but when shutting down Akita, the body block comes on through, and Marty, I mean, look at that from Toka. She is the MVP. And talking about Toka, you've got to admire how she has been playing. She's been looking absolutely unstoppable. Obviously in the Twisted Minds jersey there, now on Gentlemates. And you've got to compare her against Eva. Because Eva is so good, has been so consistent. Both of these players right up there. But Toka, 1.84 KD. That is an incredible stat line.
171 ADR per round. I talked about it briefly. The shock darts have been amazing because it's something that even some of the top server players struggle to find the most use for them at times, right? You see them break in trips, but to get as much damage off of them as she does and how well timed they are, second to none at the moment.
Absolutely incredible. And now G2 down in the dumps. The 4 stinger buy. They're looking like the G2 Valorant over in Americas at this point, running the stingers. And they're running them towards A to start with. It's just Toka, but her shot darts are going to do so much damage. No, she missed them this time around. As all of G2, they've snuck towards sewers. She's not aware. The team's just pushing mid. She's all alone.
And the issue is, gonna have to play from out main there. Straight onto site, straight over the top. Toka locked out of sight here, but look how quick the rotates come on over. Toka, oh, in a world of danger, almost caught still, guiding the drone, but she gets out in time. Vanya goes down. Akita is gonna deal with a Berry X. It's a little bit over aggressive. Again, just tagging on down. They still have to deal with Akita, but that spike's not gone down in the meantime. Marty won with the shorty, Nami's got one, and Wen's in the back lines, destroys them. Gentle mates, domination, not one, but two forced by shutdown. They say nice timeout. I see what you tried to do there, but absolutely not.
And this is why Gentlemates picked this. It's not looked like an incredible map for them, but this little bit of a switch up in the composition is looking so incredible. Having the double duelist and allowing someone like Berry X to go off on the Neon whilst you've got Marty following up with the operator. The dimensional drift was incredible. Now G2, they've got the ults, they've got the guns, they have to win this. And they're going towards B again. It's not worked for them before, but nowhere has.
Yeah, that's the question is they've tried a little bit of everything and not yet found the recipe. Quick plant onto B. Ooh, the Seekers come on through. Their lovely swing from Amy to punish a very sneaky Nami in the backlines, but there comes on out the orbital strike and the relay bots. Lovely find from Akita. 3 versus 5. And we talked about the map control. The issue is with the smokes coming on out. Whilst G2 are having to play on site here, they have got their site on lockdown. Toka finds the first there. 3 versus 4. Marty slowly crawling on through mid. Chop Dog goes out, fully blind by the bird. Ever just holding on to the corner. Doesn't want to give Toka the fight there. And there it is, the swing on out. And now just Marty looking to punish exits, but they know that this cannot be a round one. And they know they cannot head anywhere towards mid. G2 goes in, around on the boards. It's fast, it's pacey, it's straight onto B. And it's a lovely site hold.
Never so weak.
They managed to get the win on B, the 3rd time lucky. And it's all thanks to this orbital strike. It was brilliant. It wasn't necessarily there for the kills. It was to separate Toka away so that you could see then it allowed Akita to slide on in and clean up the isolated player. G2 managed to find a leg into this. The money's still not looking great. They've got some for the next round, but maybe not if they lose it.
And
Whereas for
3
mates, they
ults
are.
used.
Yeah, 3 ults used to get that one round, and mates are still sitting pretty with the money behind them. Is G2 just looking to bring some rotates, bring some utility out towards A. But already, look at the mid control. Look where Wenz is.
I mean, they lost to a B rush. They're not going to let it happen again. Convergent Paths comes on through. Paranoia, Akita fully blind. Mimi taken down. Nami is doing it all here. Recon Dart goes out. It's going to scan both of them. Spamming through the boxes. They're swinging out, finds one. Has to switch to the sidearm. Amy's going to find one, but that's all they'll be allowed. And Gentle Mates, the bounce back, even harder than the fall.
What an incredible flood. Before G2 can get stabilized towards site, they've got the double duelist, so they can enter for sure. Yes, they can get in nice and easy, but they can't do anything more than that.
No, they
Another
can't.
timeout coming up, but this time from Gentlemates. Gentlemates are winning these rounds, but the coach is wanting to get a step in.
Now, I did get to talk to Toka about this, and we spoke a little bit about the coach coming on in, right? Is that it's not always necessarily to call something specific. Sometimes it's to bring that energy back down a little bit, to keep them focused, to keep them on the straight and narrow here. And I think maybe that might be what this is here, is that they've immediately taken the ground back off of G2. I can imagine already 7 rounds up. No matter how the rest of this half goes, they're winning at the halfway point, right? And I think sometimes you don't want to let that go to your head, because if you start playing too overconfidently, G2 is a team that will smite you down for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you can really see the confidence. 12-0 is Marty on the Euro. No surprise she's feeling confident, feeling like she can take the fight to the champs and win it out herself as well. But patience, communication, teamwork, and now this is going to be so important in this round where there's going to be an A fight.
Oh, and Berry, we've seen some of her amazing swings on out. She finds 3. She wants a little bit more. There's the 4th, denied the ace by Amy. But Nami, there, always waiting. But Berry X, we saw it yesterday, slides on in and suddenly there's no round left for you to try recover.
That was like, what, 10 seconds of a round, maybe?
Less
if
than
that.
maybe?
Like, the relay bot from Varix as she ran up
let's have a
here,
look at
caught
this.
everybody. The paranoia was impeccable. And yeah, there we go, just about 10 seconds. I'm pretty sure by the time Amy went down, it was about maybe 30 on the clock. And yeah, look at that, they're so happy. Oh. And now, G2, they have a bye. This is their round to try and come back into it again.
That it is. And G2, we had questions about letting Haven slip in favor of banning out a good map for Gentlemates, but turns out they've got your name, they've got your number. Mimi straight in towards sewers is going to immediately dip back out there, but Marty, look at the positioning. Poor Amy's never going to see it coming. Akita's found a trade and the spike will go down. But now you've got so many doubts. Main isn't safe. You're trapped on site. Akita going hunting, needs to find Nami, doesn't, and that means again the walls of this site close further and further in. The hydraulic press closes around you. Value's found one, Mimi with another. And now you know the location of these last two players. Ever swing out could be huge here. Mimi holds the line. Marty switching to the sidearm, but Mimi says absolutely not. A veteran of the scene. And she is done with the losing. She wants to turn the tides.
And this is what you get when you have a veteran like Mimi. You can be losing. You can have Amy die to an operator that somehow snuck all the way out of sewers in the maybe span of 10 seconds. But Mimi will hold firm. She will hold steadfast. She's that presence that you can always rely on for Gozen. And now they're still playing that bursty style, aggressive, fast, quick, but now it's towards C, now it's towards Wenz, and she can anchor a site. We know this. Leaving.
Straight down long. We talked about this. This is a team with burst potential, but oh, beautifully done. And look, they've got onto site, but the numbers already looking a little bit frail.
Frail to say the least. The Gentlemates, they're here ready. Mimi's going aggressive. The Hunter's Fury, she might be able to find the timing off of it. No, she has to back off towards site, but the spike's not even down yet.
Berry X immediately pops the overdrive and unfortunately will get no use out of it. But we said numbers looking a little bit worse for wear. Doesn't matter because suddenly they've got the advantage. Now Spike's only just gone down, but they've done their due diligence to buy themselves an easier time. Needed a multi-kill there from Wenz, but she goes down instantly. Toki gets one. The gate crash will be denied. Akita and Eva shut down the last two. And G2 a third on the board. Starting to find some life in this.
Now let's watch what G2 did there. They went towards the site. They chose not to plant the spike. And they went towards garage. You can see Mimi causing mayhem over towards spawn, allowed the G2 members to get those 2 picks, to not go into this post plant in a disadvantaged situation, to get the advantage and then go to the post plant. But, Gentlemates, last round of the half, they've still been able to buy. They've been able to buy up every single round of this map. And now G2, they go back towards B. It worked for them once. Oh, and Marty missed a shot.
Missed shot, and you know that Mimi is going to be backside. Oh, didn't quite spot Nami, but don't worry, Vanya's got a handle on it. Akita fills in the gaps. Toka got one with that Odin, needs a little bit more Wenz. It's a really messy one, and I like this now. They're not giving any isolated fights, dodging the convergent parts. They're really just trying to hunt down the skill. Runs out of bullets. Wenz will get one more, luckily. Ever there to trade. And actually, it's not going to be B. C will be the final resting place, and Amy can make this long rotate round. They've already got long control now. Seeker's coming through. Berry X is going to get spotted. They're now going to know both of these remaining players. Send somebody into garage. Don't put all your eggs in one side-shaped basket.
Oh, the timing is perfect from Eva. She can find it. They're watching for it. I think Toka's aware, but you don't have time to wait.
No, you don't. Tap on the spike. And they know camera in perfect position for this. Another tap goes on out. Berry finds the first here. And this position from Eva could be everything. Berry needs to find this big. And there it is, the backstab for both. Eva wants this done. 4-8 to close out the half.
Switching sides.
Welcome back, everybody. 8-4 Gentlemates taking the world by storm and showing what they are made of. You let Haven slip into the veto and they will punish you for that.
G2 managed to still get 4 rounds after, to put it bluntly, was a bad start to that map. That first kind of 6 rounds was just nothing. G2 couldn't find a single step into any of the rounds. They weren't even close rounds. Marty didn't suffer a death for the first 4 or 5, I think it was, maybe even 6. Like, when you see a player like that not have a death, you're just going to be up against a team that is feeling confident. But G2, they are veterans. They are not just, you know, the G2 roster that we know and love with, you know, if we're looking at people like Mimi, right? Looking at people like Amy, Vanya, all of these players throughout have so much history in this game, in this team, and they are just non-stop. As soon as they start to lose a little bit, they stabilize, they rejuvenate themselves, they big each other back up again, and then they bounce back. Getting 4 there is incredible, and it's going to be so important as they move on to the defensive side, where I can only imagine with this composition, you're going to be so focused on playing retake, but Gentlemates' retakes are incredibly good.
That they are. And I am a little bit nervous to see what they're going to be able to bring on this attack side now. We talked about it. G2, a very burst-heavy composition. How that's going to fare on a 3-side defense, well, we're about to find out. Very fast lane, straight into the back side. Oh, and takes Akita clean out of the round. Snappy as anything. And now Marty posted on up on this angle. And the spike's not even been committed yet. There's still time for them to make a different plan if this fight here doesn't go well. But actually, they want to fight for this. They want it done. Berry round the corner. That smoke is not going to hold them forever. Flash round the corner. Finds the first. That's good enough. Vanya, though, with 2. Saturate goes over the top there. And we talked about it. Spike not yet committed. Gives them the options to play around. But Nami already round the side, waiting for this. Vanya jump scared by somebody already wrapping them. Can't quite find the pick, and lucky to still be alive. Paranoia goes out, just trying to desperately put some space. Gives time for Marty to get into position. Mimi finds the pick. This needs to be clean, but Nami, it's not. Vanya finds the 3rd. It is just Toka left now. 35 seconds, needs to isolate these fights. That goes out. The recon dart needs to find a window of safety to plant, but knows that Vanya's still here.
Left.
And is trapped between a rock and a hard place. Needs to fight her way in towards either A or C here. And unfortunately, goes down. Vanya, lovely find. 4 in the round to get them a 5th. And now suddenly starting to correct the ship that was so veered off course.
I mean, like, Vanya is one of the GOATs of GC EMEA. I think she is probably the best player we've ever had in this scene. And you choose to fight into her if you're Toka? Of course she's holding the line, of course she's holding it down. And Toka was left with such a difficult decision to make there. And now Gentlemates, they lose out on that pistol. G2 Gozen are closing this gap. And the mates, they're just looking towards C. Ult orbs being collected, I imagine. Trying to build up towards something. Use these eco rounds for more than just getting the spike down. Is it look to lean towards A? Maybe?
Maybe? And I think depending on how quickly we get a fight, I'll let you yap for a second, because I know that you really like the micromanagement of Gentlemates of these orbs. And rounds like Ecos is a really great chance for us to highlight how good they are at that.
They are a team that is so good at maximizing when they are on Ecos, getting all of the ult orbs. When they're, you know, up against an Eco, sending one person to hunt with a weaker gun to farm up their ult. It's something they're so good at. But as they lean over towards A, Mimi, sorry, down over towards Long, shuts out Nami, and now it's the A site Persian. Oh, it's a little bit labored from Ever.
It is indeed, and the flash going on through. Oh, back's completely turned. Akita's able to find 2. Berry X gets 1. It's short-lived, and look at that. Vanya again, the last player in the kill feed, and the last kill they need for the round. And suddenly, what was a 7-1 start is now only 2 rounds between closing the gap. G2, they had us on the edges of our seats, but now we're starting to see them bring this back to some semblance of normal.
And they've got a relatively okay buy here. It's not perfect, right? Mimi's only got the Marshal. Vanya's sticking with this Ghost, and that will enable either Mimi or Akita to buy up the Operator the next round as well. The money is looking great for them. On the other side for the mates, low. They have to win this round as G2, they take C long so quick. Gentlemates, they're not there. G2 know they're already rotating over towards A, but the spike isn't there either.
Non-committal, knowing that this is a G2 team that doesn't have stall capability realistically. This is a team that is going to be up in your face and they have to win these early fights. And if you can bait out that early util, knowing that they have to poke somewhere for an entry, you're going to buy yourself a really easy time afterwards. But early fight going to go anybody's way. All 10 players still alive in the server and kicking. And here it is, Marty, lovely pushed up position, good for the second. They're allowing the isolated fight, and that's when the second pincer comes on in. Toka swings on out, and yeah, Marty gets the third, but the two of them together deserve those kills, and Berry X to find the last. A beautiful hold there from Gentlemate. I said beautiful hold, they're not even on the defense side, but it feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, they were just holding down A main. I mean, Marty was so prepared. Turned around at just the right moment and Toka swung off of it. This is not somewhere you practice your fundamentals on, is holding down A main. But you can see that they've drilled it so hard. This team has players that have worked together across the last 4 years of Game Changers on so many teams. And they've brought those fundamentals into this one roster. But now, G2, they have the buy up. No Operator online, actually. They want to fight and they're pushing down B. Look how aggressive Akita is. Tucked down onto this little line whilst A, it's being taken by the duelists again.
Lovely find there. Marty goes down, and that's been a player with a lot of opening pick potential out of the round here. When slowly round the corner, he's holding the line though. Oh, cold kill from her. Now readying up for more, knowing isolated, maybe not. It is that Cypher player, but Toka finds a pick. And now Mimi's ever more diligent. Now around the corner finds the first, almost finds the second. Paranoia goes on out, but Vanya's not in the right place. And actually, Berry X will fall because of it. Toka's found Mimi, and that opens up C, opens up a whole world of potential. But the rotates, wow, G2 Gozen are going to get there before her own team does. Spike goes down. Smoke goes out to cut off long, and now Nami stuck in a really awkward fight.
You've got to push, you've got to try and find something. But Akita's tucked into an off angle. The barrel's seen, spotted. Oh, a little bit late, but a little bit rough.
If you get that pick, though,
yeah,
the garage player didn't swing with at the right time or was slightly belated. There's a chance for transfer there. But, I mean, again, I'm getting into hypotheticals. That's not what we saw. What we saw there is a good hold from G2.
Yeah, G2.
One enemy
remaining. The 1v1s kind of went the way of Gentlemates when they came around. Gentlemates managed to bring it back into this even-numbered scenario, but just a little bit of overconfidence from Toka to go and plant towards C. And now the buy is still okay for Gentlemates. They've still got the money, and they're doing the same thing. Take A space. A main default with the duelists. As much noise, as much damage as you can cause. Whilst everyone's defaults elsewhere, but now look at where Mimi heading down C long into this cubby. G2 re-clear A main, super aggressive. C absolutely nothing. Now it's all about where do they rotate? Are they in time to get towards C?
And of course, with all of these Cypher traps, they can just send 3 anywhere they want. Half of the map is shut down by just 2 tripwires.
But look at Mimi, still down long.
Orbital strike comes on out. That's going to be a little bit of a problem because that's going to slow this right down. But Marty round the corner speeds up. Wenz has found one as well. And Marty, another pick from the ether. Now he's going to hear these footsteps, going to be calling it on over. Hey, somebody's B, but they've not had anything else. Probably calling the save, and we're going to look probably to see them maybe try to just hunt these weapons down, knowing the plan early on.
Yeah, I mean, they can buy up 2 guns. You don't want to send more than 2 people to your deaths if you're Gentlemates. So Nami first up. You don't really want to be farming her ult, but maybe they've got a set play. We've seen them use Nami's ult a fair few times in little set plays. They've got one over towards Corrode, I think it is, that is a really nice kind of pull people away, especially on the attack side. But G2 are just hunkered up in sewer,
Was it?
protecting each other's backs.
Was it Nami on this map that did the fake TP with the smoke in spawn?
It was. That was also Nami, right? She has these little ideas, these little set plays, and she does fall. But that is the From the Shadows now online. Taken another gun away from G2. They've got the overdrive, one away from the convergent pass. They've got potential coming into the next eco round, because it is going to be an eco round for them. They've got a few things that could net them a round win. And I'm liking what we're seeing from them. It's super aggressive reclears, right? The way they are taking space back. Space is taken by Gentlemates. They take a long. G2 take it back with force, with ferocity.
That goes there.
And then they leave it. They rotate. They try and find where they are again. It's very proactive. Only really a team like G2 can do this, and now they're doing it towards mid this time around. But Gentlemates, same old default.
Indeed. Interdimensional travel coming on through here. Dimensional drift come on out. Oh, overdrive popped again, but that's the second time this map that we've seen the overdrive immediately shut down. Vanya goes down through the smoke there as well. Ever pokes on out, and they're trying to take these fights, but as they peak one by one, they will be taken down one by one. The pack mentality of Gentlemates is ruthless, and they have no mercy for you today. Amy's got one, dodging flashes, tries to go for the fight. Marty denies. And only Berry X falling. Gentlemates 11 found, and they are not halting.
No, they're not. G2 can buy up into this next round, but they've got to call that timeout. Akita, you use the overdrive in Nika round. You try and find something. If you can find a 2k, a 3k, that round becomes possible to do. But taking down Vanya so early is such an important thing, because as we can see here, she is the absolute queen of this stage. First and second across APR, KD, and Cast. She is an incredible player. She looks so unstoppable, and if you can take her down like Gentlemates did, it leaves G2 that little bit more vulnerable. Not completely open, but a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly. And we talk about this as well. When you're playing the controller, which is such a team-focused role as well, the fact that you're able to perform so individually, whilst your principal goal, your mechanics with all of your abilities is looking at how you set the team up. I mean, she's setting the team up in every way, in every facet that you could think of.
And yes, okay, but do you know who is the first on APR? Do you want to take a guess who's the first on APR in stage 1 this year?
Is it Nami?
No, it's Mimi. G2 have both of the top assist per rounds across all of stage 1, right? They are that good of a team. They have so much teamwork, so much time together as a roster that they look incredible. And now, as they're faltering, their weakness is showing. They're taking mid, but again, Gentlemates, the same default towards A. It's been noted, it's been spotted by the coaches. Drew Spark and JT called it. And now Amy's trips are here to try and put a stop to Gentlemates' push. Oh, the spam is close.
Oh, and the camera's not going to spot anything. Comes out just a second before anyone peeks. Look at his position from whence. Oh, doesn't matter. Has been spotted. Suddenly, that's their flank protection gone. Akita cracking open this round, but they've still got to get towards A. And they are swarming here. Lovely saturate goes on in here. They've got to be careful though, because they don't pick off the back of it. Oh, neither of them check spots. The second manages to find Akita as well. Nami's getting it done. It's still a player disadvantage. Well, not for long. Toka steps up with one, with two, and now just Vanya left. She's the star, she's the queen, but can she do it? No. Toka in the last second, and that's going to be map point.
How do Gentlemates get up in that situation? Nami's pure patience towards Sua. Saturated, hidden. Lens was taken out so early, and she waits. And she takes down Mimi, who was setting up for the convergent paths. And then Akita, the star duelist. And Toka is just there, so steady, not scared of the names that she's fighting against. Ready to take them down. And Gentlemates on the horizon of winning out this first map against G2. And Splitter's up next. And Gentlemates, I'm sure we've heard they've prepared for it, but for now G2 are pushing aggressive in mid. Mimi's been spotted, no recall, she's out in the open, she's stuck. And she's been spotted again by another piece of utility. She's got to dash out, there's no other way out.
Does indeed. And now just falling on back, has the convergent pass online.
Portal closed.
But again, it's going to be trying to work it into a position that it's going to be doing something effective. Now, actually, heavy stack over towards A. And that could be good. They've got to hold on for dear life here. And the peak round is going to be good. Flash goes on out. Vanya and Nikita both find there's only Toka getting something in response. Berry, though, activates the overdrive. Not much health to work with here. She's only going to use it to find one. Switches back weapons. When's looking
exactly
for the orb, will find it, and that's gonna be the Neural Theft Online. Mimi, amazing flank, but will not be rewarded for it. Locations known. Berry for the first. Knows there's one more on site, and they know where Mimi is as well. Lining this on up. When's the swing needs to be amazing. Oh, checking behind her. Amy punishes and everything. They had everything they needed. And now Neural Theft invested just for 16 HP. Berry slides on. Now Amy will punish. And G2, an amazing, amazing stabilization of a round that looked so shaky.
But it's this aggressive reclear. We've seen them do it into a space that was empty. It's so good to know that they know how to fight into it when it's not. The flash around the corner, the swing. They're able to take back the space that Gentlemates had taken. And now Gentlemates, for the first time this entire map, except for the pistols, the money is a little bit low. Not completely gone, but a little bit low. Marty won't be able to buy up the next. But they've got the Hunter's Fury online, and Toka's been so lethal with that in the past.
Making a lot of noise over to C and Garage. And you can see Mimi's definitely raising an eyebrow at all of this because it's been quiet this whole time. Those Seekers, however, that's going to cause a little bit of a fun. But look at that. Oh, Marty, the push. Mimi goes down. Akita's got one. Wen's with the next. Back and forth they go. An eye for an eye leaves both teams, 2 players, blinder. And now Ever backside needs this fight with Berry. Dances on out. Berry ducks and weaves, dances around the bullets. Hunter's Fury comes on out. Toka has done a little bit of damage with it. Spike goes down. Molly is not stopping anybody. It's a little bit of a cosmetic. The flames for Berry X to warm her hands on before she takes this fight with Amy. Spots her up in heaven, takes her down, and Marty with the other. 13 rounds, that's all they need. And G2 falls on map number 1. We questioned Haven getting into the veto here, and it looks so good from Gentlemates. What a punishing pick.